everybody, it's Kelly Holland, owner of Divinity Designs, and today Lisa Somerville and I are here to show you the brand new October's Blessings box. As always, you'll get a package insert and it'll tell you everything that's going to be in the kit, and I'm going to go through them for you today. I want you to see what a great value it is. The retail value of all these items separately is $159, but the special membership price is only $75, and free shipping for U.S. residents. So the first thing, I'm going to go through everything in the box and show you what's in it. First one is the poinsettia pattern. This is a beautiful poinsettia design. You can use it for A2 cards or for our new circle card format, which I'll show you. And it contains also extra poinsettias so you can layer them on top. You'll love our card samples for that. Y'all know we're really big into the Slimline craze, and so this is our first Slimline that'll be in a blessings box, and it's the poinsettia background, and you can use the extra poinsettias from the poinsettia pattern to layer on top as well. Next item is the Christmas bulb. This you can make for a shaker. You can use it with the manger die, or you could just leave it loose and put some paper in there. It comes with different toppers and a little string and a star to go with the manger. It's nice size too. You're gonna love those samples as well. Next up is the circles dies. These are the same as our other circle sets, except we've added some larger sizes. So the largest one can make a nice size, almost a full 5-inch circle card. And you'll see those in our samples too. We've included our Merry Christmas and Layers dies. This is 4 dies. You get the words and then the layering backgrounds. So you can use them alone or you can layer them on top of the layered background. The stamp set for the month is called Candy Cane Wishes. It comes with the word joy with a candy cane look, and then the joy dies, and that cuts it out. The first paper pad we included is the Christmas Collection 2020. And let me go through those papers for you. So you'll receive 4 sheets of each color, the red and the bright pink. And then these are the patterns. I'll do it this way. You get a red plaid, this pretty pink pattern, snowflakes, this beautiful starburst pattern, and then some stars. And that is the Christmas Collection 2020. Next paper pad we're including is called Shine Bright. And let me go through those papers for you. First you get a gold color paper for each of those. This kind of light grayish silver. And then for the designer sheets, you also get 4 each. I'll show you this way. That's so pretty. A nice snowflake pattern. This one's more gray or silverish. A full pattern on that one. They just make great backgrounds for your cards. And this is a beautiful detailed background. Next up, we include 10 5-inch envelopes. They work great with the circle cards. Our enamel pin for the month is this cute clipboard pattern. And finally, this is your cardstock pack. I'm going to go through those with you. These are all metallic. Not sure how I could see on the camera, but this is kind of like a creamy off-white. This is an antique gold, and this is a silver. It's a lighter silver. You can see the shimmer on it since they are metallic. Now, you might ask where you can get more paper, because we don't sell the paper. So if you want to get more, if you're going to make a lot of cards, go to thepapercut.com, and Sarah and Ron will take care of you there. And I've listed the names of the cardstock. in case you need to buy a lot of it, like an 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12s, and you can buy large packs of it there. So next, I'm going to show you some samples using the circles and the poinsettia pattern die. Here's the first one, and this one I made using the antique gold cardstock. I added some of the additional poinsettias from the pack and then put some pearls right in the center. This one is a shaker. As you can see, I added an acrylic back and made it into a shaker since there's a lot of openings between the poinsettias. And I use these really blingy gems here, which we saw on the website. This is made with aluminized metallic cardstock. And then I use the verse from the Candy Cane Wishes, the Merry Christmas. And those are pennant flags, those dies. Next, I use some paper from the Christmas Collection 2020 paper pad, the Merry Christmas in layers. And there you go. Lisa's going to give you some tips on how to make circle cards a couple different ways, and followed by some other tips using the rest of our Blessings Box October products. This is the light bulb set. It can be used a variety of different ways, and I have a couple samples to show you. Then Lisa will show you some samples, and at the end of the video, you'll see the design team samples as well. Here's my first one. I made that into a little shaker. Kept the manger scene in front. Also used the Merry Christmas in layer die. And that I used the verse, again, from the Candy Cane Wishes. So next we're going to talk about the Slimline poinsettia background. This is a long die, and this has been designed to fit on a Slimline card. And what is the Slimline card, you ask? Well, it's all the rage right now, and there's all kinds of groups just all devoted to Slimline cards because it's quite popular right now. So I'm going to show you the size. It's a longer size. It fits in a number 10 envelope. You would just want to cut your card base so it ends up being 3 7/8 by 9. And we also have a die. So here's the die. Here's the die here. And if you don't want to buy the die, or your machine's not large enough for that die, you could just hand cut it. These are some other Slimline dies we sell. Scalloped rectangles, layering rectangles, and Slimline regular rectangles. And they all layer together. And when you purchase these, and you also are a Blessing Box member, you receive 20% off all the add-on products. And there's a special page called Add-on Products. So the first card I'm going to show you here is using the poinsettia background, and then also the Merry Christmas in layers. And then I also use trees and deer. Next card here is the poinsettia background with the Merry Christmas, and I use a layer on this one. And then we also have a couple die sets that coordinate. It's the regular peaceful poinsettias and Merry mosaics. And these are larger, so you get larger sizes. So if you wanted a larger focal point on your card, then you can use the larger ones. This is the ones in the set. And that's using the paper from the Christmas Collection 2020. And here's another one. The next card here, I've used the luminized silver cardstock. You can really see that metallic really nice there. I've added some little gems for the center, very sparkly. And then for the center, I used the middle die in this set, along with the vintage label, which coordinates with it. And then put the Merry Christmas die right on top. And then just embellished with a few little pink poinsettias that come in the poinsettia panel die set. You may have noticed on a lot of our cards, we use a lot of little pearls, a lot of little gems. Besides the ones we sell in the store, you can go to Want to Scrap, and they carry all kinds. And these are really nice, these little silver ones. And they carry all different colors and kinds, so check them out too. Next, here's a card from our Candy Cane Wishes. It's a stamp die duo, which means you get the stamps and the dies. And Lisa has instructions on die cutting the Joy. For this card, I've also used the filigree circles for the outer die and a regular circle for the inside.
Hi everybody, it's Lisa Somerville. Before I share my samples with you using the October 2020 Blessings Box subscription kit, I'd like to go over some die cutting tips using the products in the release. The Slimline poinsettia background die coordinates with the Slimline card base. Die cut and emboss this die following the directions for your die cutting machine. Embossing the die will bring out the detail of the die. To emboss the die, you'll use a silicone mat. The Slimline poinsettia background die is the same size as the largest Slimline layering rectangle die. Apply adhesive to the back side of the die cut panel. I'm using art glitter glue. It has a nice fine tip point. Then adhere to the Slimline layering rectangle die. Turn that over, add adhesive to the back side, and adhere that to the Slimline rectangle. Turn that over, add adhesive to the back side, and then adhere to the Slimline base card. And then you're all set to embellish your card. You can also embellish the poinsettias on the Slimline poinsettia background die using the poinsettias found on the poinsettia pattern die, or you can use the peaceful poinsettias or the Merry Mosaics, like I have on my card here. Here's another card that I created using the Slimline poinsettia background die. When die cutting the poinsettia pattern die, you're going to want to die cut and emboss following the directions for your die cutting machine. Again, you'll use a silicone mat to emboss. Embossing the dies brings out the detail of the die. You'll use the circles die set to create the circle base card. You can do this two different ways. You can die cut and emboss two circles like I did on this card here. And you'll create a score mark on one of the circles. Place a die cut circle on your scoreboard and then score using a bone folder. Adhere score tape to the top portion. Remove the backing from the tape. Then line up your second die cut and embossed circle. Then you can fold back on the score line. You can then use additional circle dies, pattern paper, and the poinsettia pattern to embellish your circle card. You can also create a circle card from a square base. I've gone ahead and cut my cardstock and placed a score across the top. Place the circle onto your square scored cardstock with the top of the circle cut edge just above the score line. Here's the back side, and you can see the cut edge above the score line. Now die cut following the directions for your die cutting machine. Then remove the die from your cardstock. Then die cut and emboss an additional circle so that you can adhere it to the front of the circle card as a false front. Then you can finish decorating the circle card. The Candy Cane Wishes Stamp Die Duo contains both stamps and dies. You have the dies to cut out the word joy, or you can also die cut just the letters and use on your cards. If you're die cutting just the letters, make sure that you adhere tape to hold the center of the O in place. To die cut the stamped images, simply stamp your image onto cardstock, center the die over the stamped image, use removable tape to hold that die in place. Don't forget to add the center in the O. Then die cut following the directions for your die cutting machine. When using the Christmas bulb die set, you can create just a Christmas bulb using pattern paper, or you can create a shaker card. To create the shaker card, I've die cut the bulb base, the bulb outline, and I've used the bulb base to cut 2 pieces of acetate. Apply score tape to the back side of the bulb outline. Remove the backing from the tape. Line up one of the pieces of acetate. Then apply foam tape to the acetate. Make sure when you apply your foam tape that the edges of your tape meet so that you don't lose any shaker elements as you add them to the acetate. Remove the backing from the tape and then add your shaker elements. You can then place the back of the bulb over the foam tape. I'm going to use another piece of acetate because it's easier for me to line it up. Then you can adhere to the bulb background, add one of the toppers, and use as an embellishment on your card. Now I'd like to share with you the samples I created using the October 2020 Blessings Box subscription kit. All of my A2 portrait and landscape cards use the A2 portrait or landscape card base along with the matting rectangle die set. This card features the stitched sunburst die, along with the Shine Bright paper. Here's another card using the Nativity and the flourished star pattern and the shining star die sets. Here I've used the circle dies to create a shaker card. The Christmas bulb as a shaker. Next, I have 2 simple cards. I used the rectangles to create the present, the Merry Christmas in layers. 2 different cards where I used the joy dies from the Candy Cane Wishes Stamp Die Duo. A circle card using the poinsettia pattern die. And next I have 3 Slimline cards. And my last project uses the card caddy and gift bag. The card caddy and gift bag die set does have coordinating dies. You can also use your card fronts to easily embellish the gift bag.
Well, I sure hope you like this month's October's Blessings box. If you are already a member, you should be getting yours in the mail pretty soon. I hope you like it. I hope you have a lot of fun designing Christmas cards with it, just as much fun as I have had, and Lisa, and the rest of my design team. So please sit back and enjoy the following samples from our design team, and be sure to check us out on Pinterest, on Instagram, and on Facebook. Thanks. See you next time.
For more inspiration, visit our samples gallery, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Pinterest and Instagram.